Hi guys, it's Rebekah from FishersNtheRed, the school newspaper, and today we are going to be making a kale Tuscan soup, and on top of that, it's vegan. I personally am not vegan, but I just thought it'd be a fun recipe to try, especially because I do want to go more plant-based. So if you guys want to learn how to make this recipe, follow along. So for this recipe, you're going to need olive oil, 1 whole onion, 3 ribs of celery, 3 carrots, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, but I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon because I like things spicier. 1 15-ounce can of fire roasted tomatoes, but if you can't find fire roasted tomatoes, you could just use regular diced tomatoes. 2 cups of water, 3/4 cup of orzo pasta, 4 cups of kale, and 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Now that we listed the ingredients, let's get started. So I've already diced up all the ingredients that do need to be cut, like the kale, the carrots, and the celery, and the onions. And so now all we have to do is put it in the pot. So the first thing that I did was put 1 tablespoon of oil in the pan, and I just roughly chopped my vegetables. And so I began to add the onions, the celery, mine was frozen since that was the only one that I had, and the carrots. After putting in all the veggies, I put in all the seasonings as well. I put in the oregano, the basil, the red pepper flakes, and the salt, and I just stirred all of that. And I was on medium heat the whole time until they softened like this. And I continued to keep it on medium heat and added the can of the roasted tomatoes. After that, I just stirred to combine all of the ingredients and then added my 4 cups of vegetable broth. Mine only could fill 2 cups at a time, so I had to fill in another 2 cups. After the veggie broth, I then put in the 2 cups of water. If I were to do this again, I would probably just put in 1 cup or maybe even half a cup. I just feel like it was too watered down, but again, it is just personal preference. I then put in the orzo, 3/4 cup. I just stirred that in so it would be incorporated well. After stirring in the orzo, this should be what it looks like. After I did put a lid on top just so it could retain the heat so the orzo could cook perfectly just like that. And that is what the soup should look like before you add in the kale, which I am doing now. And so the kale can wilt. After wilting the kale down, this is the very last step, is to add in the lemon juice. I'm just eyeballing it with my hand. And this is what the final product should look like. So we've made the food and now we are going to taste test it. So I really like the textures in this recipe. I think that we have like a lot of different varieties. And I also really like the orzo. It's super chewy and cooked very well. If I were to make this again, I probably would have put just a little less water just because I feel like it's a bit watered down, and a little more salt, but other than that, I think it's a fun little recipe to start off. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and see you next time. Bye.